Lust is the fire that hides inside every human being. It begins quietly, like a whisper, like a secret voice in the blood. It grows in the body, it clouds the mind, it tempts the soul. And yet, lust is not evil by itself. It is energy. It is the raw force of life. But when misunderstood, when abused, when left without discipline, it becomes a chain that binds the strongest mind and the most innocent heart. Sex is not a sin. Sex is not dirty. Sex is not shameful. Sex is the act of life repeating itself. But the way we treat sex, the way society sells it, the way lust consumes it, makes it dangerous. We live in an age where screens seduce us more than touch, where sexting replaces intimacy, where porn becomes education, where revenge becomes entertainment, and where cyberbullying becomes a weapon that destroys silent souls. This is not freedom. This is not desire. This is slavery dressed as pleasure. The Stoics believed that nothing is evil unless we lose control over it. They believed the greatest power is not in chasing pleasure, but in mastering it. If you can look at lust and not kneel to it, you are stronger than an empire. If you can feel desire and not drown in it, you are freer than a king. The battlefield is not in the body. The battlefield is in the mind. Sexting is not intimacy. It is a performance. It is a digital illusion of closeness. Bodies cut into pixels. Words sharpened into temptation. But the screen cannot touch you. The screen cannot kiss you. The screen cannot hold your pain when you are broken. It only takes. It only stores. It only waits for the moment of betrayal when what you gave in lust becomes a weapon against you. Porn is not education. It is a theater. It is a market. It trains the eyes but blinds the soul. It tells you bodies are machines. It tells you pleasure is mechanical. It tells you intimacy is performance. But the truth is far deeper. Sex is not about performance. Sex is about presence. And when you believe porn teaches you truth, you forget how to be present. You forget how to touch with meaning. You forget how to see the soul behind the skin. Revenge is the most poisonous fruit of lust. What begins as intimacy, as love, as trust, turns into cruelty. A photo, a message, a video, once shared in desire, now weaponized in anger. And in that moment, sex becomes shame, desire becomes destruction, and the person who trusted you becomes the victim of your pride. This is not passion, this is cowardice. To use someone's vulnerability as a weapon is to admit your own weakness. Cyberbullying follows the same path. The same lust for power, the same hunger for control, the same illusion that breaking someone else makes you whole. But you cannot rise by pushing another into the ground. You cannot heal by wounding another soul. And you cannot silence your own shame by shouting at someone else's scars. So what is the answer? What is the cure? How do we live in a world where lust hides in every shadow, in every screen, in every silence? The answer is not in escape. The answer is not in suppression. The answer is not in pretending that desire does not exist. The answer is in discipline. The answer is in awareness. The answer is in mastery. If you master it, it fuels you. Sex is sacred when treated with respect. Sex is destructive when treated as entertainment. Your body is not a marketplace. Your soul is not a product. Your desire is not a toy for others to use. It is power. It is creation. It is sacred fuel for something higher than just pleasure. The Stoic does not say, do not desire. The Stoic says, do not be owned by desire. Because when desire owns you, you are no longer free. When lust whispers, you obey. When temptation calls, you kneel. And in that moment, you are no longer human. You are a slave to impulse. But when you stand in front of lust, when you hear its whisper and still choose your path, you become more than human. You become sovereign over yourself. The modern world has confused freedom with indulgence. It tells you to do whatever feels good, to chase every urge, to satisfy every impulse, to believe every desire is holy. But that is not freedom. That is bondage. Real freedom is saying no when your body screams yes. Real freedom is choosing patience over pleasure. Real freedom is using lust as energy, not letting energy use you. Sex education is not about how to perform in bed. It is not about how to last longer. It is not about how to satisfy mechanically. True sex education is about awareness, about understanding your own body, about respecting another soul, about knowing the line between desire and destruction. It is about knowing that intimacy is not in the skin, it is in the connection, it is in the presence, it is in the soul. We must teach that sexting is not love. We must teach that porn is not intimacy. We must teach that revenge is not power. We must teach that cyberbullying is not strength, because the new generation is learning about sex not from wisdom but from screens. And screens do not teach, screens sell, screens manipulate, screens consume. The real education must come from truth, from discipline, from courage, from the ability to say, I feel desire, but I am not desire, from the strength to see someone's body and still recognize their soul, from the wisdom to know that sex without respect is not sex, is emptiness. Every person listening to this carries lust. Every person feels the pull of desire. Every person knows the temptation of indulgence. But not every person will choose mastery. Not every person will choose freedom. Most will remain slaves to impulse. Most will remain chained to screens. Most will mistake pleasure for peace. But you do not have to. You can choose a higher way. You can choose to master lust instead of obey it. You can choose to make your body a temple, not a marketplace. You can choose to protect intimacy, not sell it. You can choose to live with dignity, not drown in indulgence. The path is not easy. It demands patience. It demands silence. It demands saying no when every nerve in your body screams yes. But this is the path of power. This is the path of freedom. This is the path of the Stoic. So remember this. Lust is not your enemy. Your enemy is slavery to lust. Sex is not your enemy. Your enemy is forgetting its sacred meaning. Desire is not your enemy. Your enemy is when desire blinds you to dignity. You are not weak for feeling lust. You are weak if you surrender to it without question. You are not broken for feeling desire. You are broken if desire becomes your master. But you are unbreakable if you master yourself. You are unstoppable if you control your energy. You are free if you turn lust into fuel for something greater. Do not run from lust. Do not drown in lust. Stand in front of it, face it, master it, and let it become the fire that lights your soul, not the fire that burns it. This is the lesson. This is the guide. This is the truth the world does not teach. And if you understand it, if you live it, if you carry it, you will never again be a slave to desire. You will be its master. And in mastering desire, you master yourself.